Hello everyone, welcome to the live stream. I don't know how long I'm going to be streaming tonight. This was originally going to be a regular video, but I decided at the last minute to turn it into a stream, make it a little bit easier. So there won't be a regular video tomorrow. I have to work, I have to close, but I'll try and get up a regular video for Thursday. But yeah, this was originally supposed to be a regular video instead of a live stream, but figured, like I said, be easier, go over some new details that have dropped, mostly details about the limited edition, also if same-sex marriage is in the game, which if you follow me on Twitter, you already know the answer to that, and just some, some stuff that has some new screenshots and all that have come out, so I don't know if this will be an hour long, it may not be, I don't know, but we will see about that. I would do this whole thing with the music in the background, but I'm just worried about the music overpowering me at some point, so let me turn the music off. I'm also worried that an ad would start playing or something like that. Okay, let me get everything turned on. There's my background, and there's me. Okay. Alrighty. Oops, we look a little blurry. Do I look blurry? A little bit. Let me fix that real quick. I think I remember what I actually don't. Whoops. Nope. That is my. Let's do that. Turn that off. Let's plug that back in. And I'm still frozen. Oh, don't you just love technology? Here, I'll just do this. There we go. I still kind of look the same. Maybe it's just how I'm seeing it. But welcome everyone to the Guardians of Azuma live stream. Like I said, I don't know how long I'm going to stream. I don't know if this will reach an hour. I don't know if I can talk about this for an entire hour. But we will see. We will see. So, I think, starting off, so far the game is only confirmed for Switch and PC. So they're already confirming a Switch version. Will it eventually come to PS5 and maybe Xbox? I don't know. You would think they would confirm that right away, but they haven't. So I don't know about that. But I have to say, with the way this game looks already, and what we've seen so far, maybe this game will have a better operating system than Rune Factory 5 did. Like, I don't want to say the team that made Rune Factory 5 cut corners, but it looks like this game is getting a lot more production and a lot more money maybe thrown at it. I don't know. I don't know exactly how long this game has been in development, but it looks like that this one, like, maybe they learned their lesson from Rune Factory 5. Like, I don't know how I feel about Rune Factory being just regulated to the Switch, but then again, like, that's just me because I love Tides of Destiny, and that was on the PS3 and the Wii, but on the PS3 it was just a great game to play, so I just thought the controls and all that were better on the PS3 than there was on the Wii, because I remember Rune Factory Frontier, and it was a little rough on the Wii, I'm not going to lie. But I don't know. Like, it's nice to already have a launch date for this one. And like, it's coming out for the US way sooner than 5 did. I'm really starting to think that maybe the long wait between the Japanese release and the US release was because of them implementing same-sex romance. Because, yeah, like, Rune Factory 5 came out like a good few months before the American version did, and everywhere else, Europe and other places like that. So, this will be our first foray into Azuma, which is based off Japanese folklore. We have met characters from that region before in past titles, but we've never actually been there. We've only been in the current part of the world for Rune Factory 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Frontier, Tides of Destiny, and I believe they confirmed that Rune Factory 6 will still take place in the world that we all know of from Rune Factory. So this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So, should I go ahead and give the real big shebang of what's been confirmed so far, or should I wait a little bit? I think I'll wait a little bit. Let's get, like, there's some there's one screenshot I have where I can talk about romance and marriage and all that. So I'll wait till we get to that. And please, if you haven't already, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, click that like button, leave a comment, all that good stuff. Me and Jess are chomping at the bits to hit 1,000 subscribers. Once again, I'm sorry Jess has been like non-existent on the channel for a good while. She's been sick with allergies, but also not too long ago, her and our friend Brittany went tubing, and the sunscreen that she wore was not the strongest proof, and she got badly sunburned on her legs. Like, they blistered. So she has not been in good shape for the last week. So I'm trying to come up with an idea for me and her to do either a stream or a video together. There's not been any new big Ruby news or anything like that. So, though she technically could have been in this because she loves Rune Factory as well. But I kind of just sprung this up last minute as a live stream. So let's move on to our first image. No, that's my last. Start from the bottom, work our way up. Okay, okay, that's not it. This one's it. Okay, so I got this one off Amazon. And in case you all are wondering, yes, I have already got my special edition pre-ordered. Alright, so this character's name is Yulalaka, and I believe she is one of the deities. She looks like, I believe she's going to be the deity of spring. I'm already calling it. Are the deities romance options? I don't know. But, of course, I went with this one because it has got the female protagonist in the background. But, so she says, "Long have I slept. I never imagined that the village would fall on such hard times in my absence." So, yes, she's a deity, and she is more than likely, from the way she looks, the deity of spring. So I'm guessing there are going to be parts of the world that are spring, summer, fall, and winter. So we know that the seasons have left this world, or this part of the world, and the land has no runes, and runes are what earthmates use in Rune Factory to grow crops and all that, to bring nature back to the land. And in this part of the land, those are non-existent. So I'm guessing, from what we know, they have to use another method to bring them back, and that is the art of earth dance. So we're not an earth mate, but we still have the same curse of amnesia that every MC of Rune Factory has suffered from, I believe. I really like her design. I think characters with pink hair is overused a lot of the times, but I like her. So she might be candidate number one if she is a romance option. And we already know from the trailer that whoever you choose to play as, whether it be the male protagonist or the female protagonist, the other protagonist exists in the story, and it looks like they are also a marriage candidate. So that is interesting. Now this next couple ones, I didn't put these in any specific order except the last couple of ones, so we might be jumping. Oh look, I'm in the game. Ooh, breaking the matrix. But I wanted to take a few of these of the actual farming. Now, for one, thank goodness we have more than that little piss poor plot of land that we had in Rune Factory 5. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed Rune Factory 5. I really love that game. But farming was almost like farming was a secondary thing in that game. Because you had this little bitty bit of land to plant your crops outside your home. And yes, you had the earth dragons, but guys, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I did not enjoy the earth dragons. Farm dragons, I did not enjoy those. I just didn't. I thought the plots of land were very lackluster, and don't get me started on the animal barns. They looked, I guess, okay on the outside, but when you went inside, it was generic. It looked like the monsters were just walking around in random generated rooms. There were no stalls to feed them. There was no hay on the ground for them to sleep on. It was just like whenever I walked from room to room, I felt like I was walking through that old maze screensaver from the 90s. Like, it just didn't look good. It was bad. Like, really bad. But here, it looks like we have actually got legit plots of land to grow a lot of vegetables. And it looks like in this scene that I'm guessing we're laying down another building. So it looks like there's going to be some actual building aspect of it where we build like the actual farming facilities. I'm guessing you'll have to build a barn and place it. I think that might be, like, at first I thought that was the actual color of the building. So I was like, is that a greenhouse? Because it looks like it's made out of glass almost. But I think that's a barn. It's a really big barn, too, if that is a barn. It could be a house. It could be another kind of building. I'm just guessing it is a barn. But I like the buildings in the background. I like the little nicely touches of, like, the farm equipment. There's a scarecrow in the middle of it. Now, I'm guessing these plots of land will already be there. Like, you don't create the cropped areas, but you'll have to build around them. So, make it more like Stardew Valley in a way. Cat's in the room. Well, hello there. Alright, so real quick, guys, meet the newest addition to our family. This is Gohan. We named him that because we're the Geeky Saiyan couple, and I cosplay Goku. Jess cosplays Chi-Chi. So, yeah. Now, I had originally posted about this little guy on my Twitter the night that we got him, and we thought he was a she, because apparently it's very hard to tell what the gender of a cat is just by looking at him. And plus, whenever we'd hold him up, and okay, getting climby. It's okay. But Um, yeah, apparently it's very hard to tell the gender of a cat. So we thought it was a girl. So we were going to name her Blake, of course, from Ruby. And then we found out it's a boy. So it took us a while. We were like, Jess wanted to name him Beerus, but I was like, my mom's going to ask us, you named him after beer? You know, because, my mom doesn't know much about Dragon Ball or anything like that. We teased with the idea of naming him Venti from Genshin Impact. But, we just decided to go with Gohan, because, that he's our fur baby, pretty much. But yep, this is the newest edition. Hello. But yeah, he's getting fussy. um, Jess is gonna come around and get him. But yes, guys, new addition to the family. I guess I better go ahead and discuss this real quick as well because never talked about it because it was kind of personal and me and Jess just didn't want to bring it on Twitter. But our other cat, Alfie, just disappeared one day. And we have no idea what happened. Originally, we thought maybe someone had grabbed him, but he ran from everybody. Like, the only people he ran to were me and Jess. I then thought maybe something like a coyote had got him because we do live out in the country. But I searched. I couldn't find any signs of anything like that. There was never buzzards around the place or anything like that. Only thing I can think of is that he strayed out and just left. And I researched it. Apparently, a cat that... The thing is, he wasn't wild, though. He had been fixed. But they say, with as independent as cats are, they can do that sometimes. They'll just run off, and then you'll never see them. You'll never see them. So, I don't want to think something got him. But it's been over a month ago, and we've just been quiet about it just because didn't really want to discuss it. I held out hope that he would show up after a few days, but he never did. But Gohan, a little story about him real quick. We were driving home from work, and we had just left where I work, and there is a three-way intersection right down the road. No, four-way intersection right down the road. I'm thinking of another intersection. And I noticed something on the side of the road. And at first, I thought it was like garbage. I thought it was like a gray trash bag rolling on the other side of the road. And we were stopped because we had to wait on traffic. And I looked, and all of a sudden, these little glowing eyes looked at me. I was like, oh, hell, that's a kitten. So I did not have the heart to leave it. So I told Jess quickly, put your hazards on. I jumped out of the car, ran as fast as I could just to make sure he wouldn't run away from me. Grabbed him, got in the car, and we went on. We turned around, went back to my workplace, and at first I wanted to, because we were kind of hesitant to get another animal after Alfie. But I called people that worked with me to see if anyone needed... I even called my boss. Be like, hey, I know you've got cats. Do you want this kitten? No, I don't want another cat. I called another coworker who loves animals. She couldn't take him, but she brought us a little small hand carry kennel and some food and things like that. And we brought him home. And he's been with us now, I think, almost 3 days. So yeah, we're cat parents now, and Jess has already bought scratching posts. A pen is on the way. All that we're looking into getting him shots and all that stuff. So hopefully you'll be able to see Gohan on the channel a lot more than you did Alfie, because this one is going to be mostly an indoor cat. Even when he gets older, we're mostly going to keep him inside and not outside. Alfie was just too used to being outside. He hunted and stuff like that. Like, he didn't like to be inside for very long. And we're also going to harness train this one. But back onto the video. So yes, so far I am very happy with what I see when it comes to farming in this game. And in the background you see, are they called Buffamoos?
Yes.
Yes, but you see a sleeping Buffamoo in the background. So I don't know if that's a monster barn right there behind the protagonist, but hopefully they made it to where if you want to, your farm monsters can roam outside and you can put them out to pasture a little bit. But it looks like this looks. I can't tell if they're doing something to the turnips or they're harvesting them. I don't know. But hey, turnips! but one thing I love about this game is the use of color. In this scene, this is definitely a spring-like village because of the cherry blossom trees, or those could be sakura blooms. But because in others, you'll see different colors. Okay, so this right here is interesting. This is a character named Iroha, and she says, to be honest, I feel like I can talk to you about anything. I guess we were just meant to be friends. And it says bond strengthened. So I'm hoping that means that anytime you strengthen a bond with a marriage candidate or just a regular character, you'll get some kind of notification like this. Because Rune Factory 5 kind of followed the same old formula that Harvest Moon and other... I just turned off my mic accidentally. That Harvest Moon and other games follow, where you give gifts, you get to a certain heart level, and a cutscene will happen, and you can choose a dialogue option that will either hurt or help your relationship. What I wish some of these games would do is like there would be a meter, and you would give gifts, you'd talk to them every day, talk to them on festivals, and it would fill up, like it would start to progress just like normal. But once you filled it up to another level, it would not progress anymore until you had like a cutscene or something like that. But it wouldn't go to exactly the next level until you did the cutscene. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a different way. I guess that's still kind of the same thing they've been doing, but kind of make them more special. Make them stand out a bit more, I guess. But when I saw this screenshot, I was like, all right, so are we going to have like the deities as marriage candidates and maybe some non-deities like normal characters as candidates as well? Because as of right now, we don't know the name. Like, we don't know all the names. We don't know how many. We don't even know if you can have kids in this game yet. But I like this. I like this notification that you get about, hey, you strengthened the bond with this character. Now, here is a returning character. This is definitely Hina from Rune Factory 5. Grown up, and she... Gohan's talking away. She's grown up, and it looks like she has joined Seed. So this isn't like set in the past. This isn't set in the distant future. This is the near future after the events of Rune Factory 5. So I wonder if Hina will mention anything from 5. Like, she might say something like, oh, you remind me of somebody I know, pertaining to the protagonist of Rune Factory 5. But I love this. I love this connection, at least, to Rune Factory 5, to show that this is not just some spin-off. It's canon to the story of Rune Factory 5. So, well, at least there's some connection there. Now, will Hina be a marriage candidate? I don't know. Like I said, Rune Factory has before, in the past, taken a character from a previous game and then show up as an adult and become a marriage candidate. I forgot the name of the character, but there was a character in Rune Factory 1 who was a kid, and then she returned in Rune Factory 2 as an adult, and she was a marriage candidate. So Will Hina be romanceable? I don't know. I still wish her mom was marriageable, but oh well. You know, we never get the moms. It seems like, but I'm glad Hina is coming back. She was one of my favorite characters from Rune Factory 5, and I always thought she was cute and adorable because just she was a cute kid. So it's good to see a character return from 5 in this. Now here we have some new art of the male and female protagonists. I love this art. I think it's very good art. I love how, despite some differences, the outfit is almost the same. So it makes me wonder if they already knew each other before the events of the game. Like, did they come from the same village, the same clan, or something like that, or are they total strangers? Maybe it's because I'm biased to female characters, but I do like her design a bit better. I like the long silver hair. I love the white with the red. I don't know. I love her design. I really do. And from what I've heard so far, I kind of like her voice actress better. But yeah, I can't wait to see what the connection is as far as story-wise goes. So here, this village looks more like it's in an autumn-like setting. And this farm has a lot of waterways in it. We see in another one, I think it's the next one, yeah, where we're putting a water mill down. And that looks like rice paddies to me. So it looks like rice will be a growable vegetable or produce in the game for us to use to either make money off of or to make food out of. Which, you know, rice is always a handy ingredient in these games for food items. But it looks like there's like a sitting area over toward the right. We got a little waterway to the left. Of course, we've got like the Japanese styled buildings. One kind of looks like a temple almost. But yeah, so far as the setting, I love what we've seen so far as these towns. Now, are we going to have to go back and forth between these towns to tend to each and every farm? I've learned from past games that does get a little old after a while, so I'm hoping they incorporate something that'll make it worth going back and forth. And I mean, even if there's a fast travel system, it still becomes tedious after a while, especially after you've played the game for hours upon hours. All right, now here is where we see a little bit more about marriage. So, in the trailer, we saw the male protagonist and the female protagonist. Yeah, sadly, I've already forgotten their names. I'll have to memorize them eventually. We saw them doing a ceremony. Now, I was like, are they getting married, or is this like some kind of thing they have to do to get their memories back? Blah, blah, blah. But right here, you see the male protagonist and the girl that we talked about earlier, I think her name was Iroha or something, getting married. So, confirmed, the male protagonist, the female protagonist, and Iroha are marriage candidates. So, we've got that confirmation. And it looks like it's going to be, you know, it's not going to be fully animated like 5. It's going to be an in-game cutscene, but that's fine. Okay, so right here, we have the male protagonist, we have the female protagonist, we have Woolby, and we have what is the 6 deities. Now, there's already theories going around about which season each of them represent. Now, the pink-haired one, Eulala, or whatever her name is, I believe she is spring. The girl with silver hair with the long sword on her back, it's believed she is summer. The guy next to her with the really big green cuffs is believed to be fall. The other guy with the ears and the white hair beside of her looks to be winter. Now, the other two, this is heavily theorized. This is just guessing, but many believe the one with the mask wearing like the purplish pink with the mask with the horns represents is the deity of darkness, and the one that he's looking at, the lady with blonde hair, is the deity of light. So that could be an interesting theory, and I think it's more than likely right. Now, are all of them marriage candidates? I don't know what would have to happen in the story for you to marry a deity, but unless the deities are kind of just like normal people with magic, like how's that going to work? We don't know yet if there's going to be children in the game, but I want to go ahead and take this time to talk about something that was 100% confirmed on Twitter. So this person named Dino-P at Oni, ONI underscore Dino, DINO. They are the producer and assistant manager of localization, and it says at Marvelous/Xseed. Now, if you remember, Marvelous is the developer, Xseed is the localization team that localizes it for English-speaking countries. They're the ones that did all the hard work to put same-sex marriage in the English-speaking version that was eventually added to the Japanese version with a patch. So they were asking questions because they made a post about Guardians of Azuma after that announcement trailer, saying that this game has been their baby since they started their job there. And I meant to do a video about this earlier this week, but I worked 5 days in a row. I got exhausted, both physically and mentally. I just didn't get around to it, so this is that video now. But they were asking questions about the game. And someone asked, any chance we'll be able to romance people of the same gender as in 5? And their answer was, you can be, and in big caps, so gay in Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma. And I was so happy, guys. I was like, yes! And apparently the Steam page says play as a male or female protagonist and marry any of the eligible marriage candidates. So the Steam page also pretty much confirmed it. So there you have it. Same-sex marriage is a thing in Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma. As soon as we have the entire list, the entire confirmed list of marriage candidates, I will be doing a video on that like I always do. So yes, very happy times indeed. And now comes to my final screenshot we have here. So just like Rune Factory 5, which had an Earth-made edition, Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma will have an Earth Dance edition, along with the standard version. So this thing is $100, $99.99, and that is because it comes with some extra stuff that probably helped put it at that price. Now, when this dropped, it said more to be revealed. So we already know we get this box with this amazing looking art on it and a Woolby plush. But it looks like the other extras have already been released. Because this is off GameSpot. I know it's not the greatest place to go, but I've seen this list everywhere else. So I tend to believe that this is true. So the $100 Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma Earth Dancer Limited Edition includes the physical edition of the game for Nintendo Switch and the following extras. a Woolby character plush keychain. So it's a keychain. It's not the standard small little plush that they usually come with. It'll have an art book, which I gotta say, art books for games like this are actually pretty handy, especially for cosplayers. So I'm always happy with an art book. Official soundtrack on CD. Rune Factory games tend to have pretty good soundtracks, so I could see why people would want that. A traditional Japanese folding fan. Those have become very popular at conventions because, as you know, no matter what time of year you walking around a convention center in cosplay, you tend to get a little hot. And so people like Jess and Brittany included walk around at conventions with Japanese fans to keep themselves cool. So if I get a Rune Factory Japanese folding fan, I'll probably use it. Okay, now here is where it gets interesting. This is the meat and the potatoes right here. And it's right here that I think is why it's $100. You get the Seasons of Love DLC bundle with extra downloadable Woolby costumes. Alright, so just like Harvest Moon games, Story of Seasons, as it's now called, there's going to be Woolby costumes, and that's usually released with any of these games. You get some kind of costume after an animal. Sometimes it's a dog, sometimes it's a cat, sometimes it's a cow, something like that. But Seasons of Love DLC, I've looked everywhere for details. I cannot find out what this is. I don't know if this is something that can happen with the marriage candidates. I'm guessing that's what it is, but it's pretty interesting that we're getting some kind of DLC bundle. I don't even know, is it just the Woolby costumes? If it is, that's kind of but is this already some extra content that they're including if you get this edition? I'm sure it'll be available to everyone. It's just that if you don't get this edition, you'll have to buy it separately. And then last but not least, a custom box with unique cover art. Because, yeah, that is not the art that you get on the front cover of the Standard Edition. The Standard Edition cover art is actually what's behind me. But yeah, I'm very interested in that Seasons of Love DLC. It sounds like it has to do something with the marriage candidates. Is it something that takes place after the main story is over with, where you can finally have a family, or is it just some little event, like a date that you can go on with your love interest? I don't know, but it's very interesting, very, very interesting indeed. Well, guys, sadly, that's really all I've got for you. There's not been that much else come out, because we're still a good few months away from the game coming out, because it's now September, so October, November, December, January, February, March. We still got 6 months until this game comes out, so more details will drop. We'll find out who all the marriage candidates is, and when that happens, I will definitely let you guys know about, because I am very excited for this game. I think I'm more excited for this game than I was for Rune Factory 5, because it just seems like it's going to be more of a complete title. Like I said, 5 was good. I enjoyed 5, but it played it safe a little too much, and I don't know. I just feel like it copied too much from past titles, but didn't grow, And the wait between 4 and 5 was very, very long. So I guess longtime fans like myself, were expecting a little bit more. I'm happy that we got it regardless. But yeah, I think this is a step in the right direction. What will Rune Factory 6 be like? We don't know yet. But I like that they're going in a slightly different direction to evolve, to grow. So, yeah. I hope you guys did enjoy the short live stream, because I enjoy these sitting down and talking ones just because they're a little bit more easier than trying to keep up with a game at the same time while also trying to talk and all that. But as always, guys, if you do enjoy our content, please consider subscribing. Hit that notification bell so you'll always know when we upload. And please, hit that like button. That like button helps a lot. And of course, hit the notification bell. Did I already say that? I don't know. I'm starting to ramble. But are you excited for Guardians of Azuma? Because I sure as heck am. I cannot wait. I think Jess pre-ordered it as well, so because she loves Rune Factory as well. So it's going to be a fun time, guys. I know I never finished my Rune Factory 5 Let's Play, but now that I can live stream, I'm probably going to live stream this game because I'm excited for it. But that'll be all. Me and Jess are off Thursday, so I'll try and get a regular video up that day. I don't know if I'll live stream or not. We'll have to see. But as always, guys, me and Jess love you all very, very much. Please stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. And I will see you in the next one. See ya.